How you doing? It's Sandesh here, and I'm here to do a video, an article on Cosmic Book News .com, and this was just really funny. I love this. The before the It's called exclusive. Taika Waititi's Star Wars not happening, booted from Thor as well. I think that's what it's about anyway. Um, Anyway, before I get into the article, if you could follow me on X and subscribe on YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, TikTok, and BitChute as well, if you don't mind, please. I'm going to get into the article now. Um, Conversations I have had with insiders. I'm reading the article now. I have had with insiders at the recent Comic Con have informed me that Taika Waititi is definitely not doing a Star Wars movie at Lucasfilm. I've previously tweeted about it and mentioned in with the rumor that Marvel may have removed Captain America Brave New World director Julius Ona from the movie. I think that's what the director's second name is. I was actually told by this insider that Leslie Headland is done at Lucasfilm. What a fucking shock! They should have never had her in the first place. The fact that they had someone who was the assistant to Harvey Harvey, what's his name, right? And they still had him, and yet they call Star Wars fans, true Star Wars fans, toxic. It's just so laughable and stupid. Anyway, recently saw the news that the Acolyte has been cancelled and won't be getting a season two. I have not even seen the Acolyte, and I saw this coming. Um, Insiders filled me in that the reason Taika Waititi is no longer doing his Star Wars movie at Lucasfilm is because of what happened with Thor: Love and Thunder. Even though I haven't seen Thor: Love and Thunder, I heard the fact that he made so much money for them with the third Thor film, was the fact that they pretty much let him do what he wanted, and obviously of the fact and of his I think his Oscar nominated film, I think it was about Hitler. Um, anyway, I was told Waititi didn't finish Thor: Love and Thunder, that it was a complete disaster. It definitely was, and that Marvel gave him the boot from the movie. I wasn't told whenever or not a new director came to finish the flick. It sounded like Marvel finished it themselves. I was also told that I was also told Waititi didn't finish the reshoots and the final cut of the movie. I was also told that Marvel had a really difficult time putting together the final cut of Thor: Love and Thunder. The insiders filled me in. Marvel kept running into issues with continuity and with the story. They would get to certain parts but didn't know where to go next. Couldn't sync things up right. Waititi even admitted they struggled through the edits and right up until the end. It's almost as if Waititi didn't give a shit, and he pretty much let them know he didn't give a shit. That's what I'm getting from this article, and it's also letting you know that Disney in general is just like, obviously we know it. It's an open secret that it's just really run really bad. I mean, if anything, I would say that Kevin Feige really needs a boss of who knows how the hell to run a studio. Kevin Feige needs a boss again, and letting him be his own boss has obviously not worked out. And Kathleen Kennedy, she obviously needs a boss. I don't know why the fuck she's still there for. I just don't get it. Um, what you got in theaters is the best version they could come up with. My insiders told me. My insiders have said, as a result, that Taika Waititi is out at Lucasfilm and not doing his Star Wars movie. Interestingly enough, Taika Waititi recently came out and said he only did the Thor films for the money. Waititi has also said he never read the comics, said that Thor was the least popular and that the franchise was at the bottom of the barrel. I don't have a problem if a filmmaker doesn't read the comics. Christopher Nolan. Let it be known that he didn't really do research as far as the comics go, as far as the Dark Knight trilogy. But the thing is, the difference was, Christopher Nolan. First of all, he cared about what he was doing, and second of all, he didn't just do it for the money. Even though even the money was really good, he was also obviously a really talented filmmaker. His earlier films before he did Batman Begins let you know that he's a really good filmmaker. Um, anyway, rumors of Thor 5 is happening, but not with Taika Waititi, and that Chris Hemsworth will return in a completely opposite approach than depicted in Thor: Love and Thunder. Out is the goofy Waititi Thor. Waititi has also said he won't be involved with Thor 5. Thank fucking Christ. If anything, Thor needs to be taken very seriously again. I mean, it was as if they were pretty much taking the piss out of Thor. Well, I would say more so Chris Hemsworth, because I reckon it was because of the fact of I think they were pretty annoyed of how popular his extraction films were. I honestly think so, because those films are just so incredible, and there was more hunger for Chris Hemsworth to do those sort of films where he was taken seriously. His character in those films was taken far more seriously, and he wasn't just a goofy idiot. I don't. I understand that Chris Hemsworth had a contract. It was an obligation on his contract, but man, it really felt like Marvel, Disney, and especially Waititi were just out there just to take the piss out of him. Honestly, I think they were honestly jealous of Chris Hemsworth. To be honest, especially Waititi, I think. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Please comment and subscribe on this video, and let me know what you think about this. Do you like Taika Waititi, and are you glad that Thor 5 is going to be first of all, it's not going to be done with Taika Waititi, and that it's going and that the Thor in Thor 5 is pretty much going to be a complete opposite approach to how it was in Love and Thunder. Let me know in the comments, and then follow me on X, and subscribe on YouTube, Rumble and Odyssey, TikTok and BitChute as well, if you don't mind, please. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.